Howdy folks, welcome back to Fitting Up My Arc. We have a sunrise flight for you today in Tennessee, leg 42 of our 50 state series. I'm calling this one More Mississippi because I believe when I planned it, the plan was to take a short flight along the Mississippi River in the state of Tennessee. So, short flight in the B1900. I normally don't do flights this short. I think we're only talking like 80 nautical miles or something. So I normally don't do flights this short in this aircraft, but I was impelled to do it. It's been a while since we've flown this thing. And it'll be nice to fly this in sunrise. So we'll be landing in kind of a daytime. I think it's like 6 a.m. in the sim or something like that. But anyway, not much more to say. We've flown this aircraft many, many times. We're in leg 42 of the series, so you know what it's all about. And we're at X-Plane 11. Where else would we be? So let's get started here. We are taking off from Millington-Memphis Airport in Millington, Tennessee. We're going to fly, like I said, about 80 nautical miles to Tiptonville, Tennessee. 0 Mike 2. Oh, I can see the blue lights in the cockpit through the windows. That is awesome. I've never really noticed that before. All right, so here we go. We're in the Delta Connect livery today. But let's hop inside. And external power is already on. That's why we have lights. Let's do our weight and fuel. Hour 43 is going to be too much. Let's do an hour and a half, although not quite sure. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so I guess it's 621. I kind of upped it a little bit so the sun would start coming up. All right, let's see here. Battery. Let's see if we can remember these presets. It hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been a long time. So there we go. External lighting. We already did the top flight, but let's do the recog right now. Remove static elements. We can do that from the outside. We can see what's going on. So we'll do static elements, baggage door, and passenger door, which I guess you can't see from here. But there you go. Let's go over here, though. Whip around even more and do the cockpit door somewhere. There you go. Good. All right. And then we're going to close these wing windows because I often forget. And we have some very loud engine noise until we start going down the runway. Emergency lights should already be, let's see, normal there, armed there. And if you want to know what the cabin looks like, all lit up while people are boarding, it's going to look like that till we get to the end of the runway. And then all the lights are going to come off, so people's eyes will adjust to the surrounding lights. EFIS can turn on. Let's see, parking brake is set. There we go. Fuel switches are down here. Turn on the pumps. Auxiliary, whoops, yeah, to auto, that's up one. We'll view in the main tank, but we'll keep it on auxiliary because usually the auxiliary tank first, and this isn't selecting the tank, it's just viewing the tanks. All right, so here we go. Prop. Actually, let's reset all of this stuff. There we go. Prop to feather it is. Engine auto igniter. Let's do left engine first. Hold until 25, and then we'll introduce the fuel, but I have both conditioners on one axis on my yoke. So as soon as it gets to 25, we'll push it up. We'll do both of them at the same time. No, 15, not 25. Let's push it forward. And sometimes it keeps going, and sometimes, like today, it doesn't. So now I have to keep holding it. Should take off. There we go. Yes, I know the gyros are to sync. Although that shouldn't matter in this aircraft. Alright, we're stable at 62.9, so do left generator and repeat for the right engine. And there we go. 62.9. Right generator. Close the cover. Auto igniters come off. Avionics switch. There we are. AC bus, just like that. Sync gyros already did. Turn off external power. Rudder boost, which is somewhere down here. Climate control, which is over here. Cold day, I think. So we're going to turn the furnace on for sure. We'll test overspeed. And test the stall. And let's do auto temp and watch it get up to 120 degrees. Hear the blowers turn on. That is such a cool touch. Flight plan and the GPS. We don't have a flight plan. Our destination is so small. There's no instrument approach or anything. So it's just going to be putting the destination in the GPS. And then doing a visual landing once we get there. Now we don't know the area, so we might have to cross over the center of the airfield, circle to land. If we knew the area, we would set up our visual approach ahead of time, using VFR. But we don't know the area, so Depending if we can see it ahead of time, will determine if we do an approach right off or if we cross the runway. We've done it both ways many times. Let's see, where are we going? 0 Mike 2, so it's this one. And nope, you think I remember how to do this by now. I do this almost every day. There's 0 and Mike and 2. There we go. Boom, just like that, and we'll go, oh, come on. There we go, we'll go direct. Just like that. 72 nautical miles, so 78 if you were to drive there, 72 if you fly there apparently. And so, like I said, if we can spot it, we'll swing out for an approach, but if we don't know it well enough or can't figure it out, we'll just fly over and then circle to land based on the wind. Simple as that. Let's zoom this into about there for now. VNAV, maybe we'll calculate VNAV. What do you think? I forgot to get the altitude of the airport. What are we at right now? About 300. It's going to be pretty close to that because it's along the river. I don't know. It's a really short flight. I don't even know if it's worth it to do this. Let's just throw something in here. Let's say we want to be 500 feet at the airport. 800 foot per minute drop. That'll fill in eventually. I don't know. We'll see. Might not be worth it to do that. Alright, so that is the flight plan for what we're going to do. Whoops, let's do CDI so we can use autopilot so we can sight see. Get the Avidyne set up, declutter a little bit, do forward view. That's what we're going to do with that one. Radios, instruments, nothing. Basically, it's a VFR flight. We're just using autopilot so we know where we're going. Altimeter and barometer. We do have real weather turned on. Holy moly. Where are we? Right there. Alright, what's the weather like? Wind to calm, so we can do whatever we want. 3008. 3008. When calm, we have 2 runway choices. We're at the FBO by the way. We'll probably just go out to the left, I guess. Swing around the buildings and take off on runway, what would that be then? 4. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, simple as that. Alright, what is next then? Test the caution lights. I have a preset for this. Right, no, that's not it. Well, this will still work, but there we go. Looking good. What is my preset for that? That one. Okay. Cabin pressure, we already did the bleed air valves. We're going to fly at 10,000 feet maximum, such a short flight. So we want to set this for 11,000. Don't even go that low because I don't even need cabin pressure that low. Let's just swing that around. Okay. Auto feather to arm, which is, you think I'd have this memorized. There we go. Generator ties closed. There we go. Anti-ice install. We do. It's very cold outside in real life right now. Prop sync on. And I think that takes care of all that stuff. Altitude 10 grand. There we go. 10 grand please. And autopilot. Simply going to be the GPS and climb. Let's be aggressive like normal, 2200. I'm going to pop up there in no time. There we go. 2 clicks. Boom, boom. Now me just going to do GPS. Vertical speed is going to be 2200. It's going to go alt, which is 10 grand. Just like that. Alright, let's see here. TCAS. Where is it? Right there. Not that it matters. Alright, we're about to taxi already. So let's get the taxi lights on wherever you are. Let's get those on right now. Those are still on ground. I think that's all we got to do. Huh? That's it. So we are going to hop outside. And we're going to let go of the parking brake. We're going to bring conditioners back to low idle. And props to taxi. Give us some throttle and away we go. I think. First set of flaps down. We're just going to go around these buildings and taxi out to the left, although it doesn't... Well, maybe the lights will come into view once we go around this corner. Because the plan was to go that way. The taxi lights don't really agree with that, do they? Huh. Well, we're going to go that way anyway. Because that's what we want to do. There's a runway in front of us. So I think I'm just going to scoot around here. Right. Yeah, that should be a big... Yeah, there's the taxi lights. It's just the angle we're at. Yeah, we have lights. It's just when you're at a different angle, you don't see them. Good, just like real life. Alrighty, so it's just a straightaway taxi. You can see where we're headed at the end of that runway. I'm going to... Are those a bunch of candles in the grass? Hang on, let's go by that together and see what's going on there. Oh, it's the name of the airport, and somebody used taxi lights to light it up. Well, isn't that clever? I've never seen that before. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Alrighty, I'm going to finish this taxi on my own, and I will see you at the end of that runway. Alright, as we're pulling up there, let's see if we can do a couple things at once here. Let's get the overhead lights turned down. And nope, I can't see that far and look out the window at the same time. Cabin flood turned down as well. And let's come up here and get our landing lights turned on. That can come off. Those will go to flight. And we'll roll out here onto the runway. Alright, we're clear to take off, but there's a few more things we need to do, so we're going to stop right here a second. And set the parking brake. It doesn't stop at the normal brakes. Forgot about that. We're going to push heading bug, so if we screw up autopilot, it'll go runway heading. We're going to do conditioners forward, props forward. What else do we need to do? Flap sound lights are set the way they should be. Heading bug trim for takeoff. We're going to put it just back there or so. And we're going to start the stopwatch, which I can't really see from here. Is it going? There it goes. I really want to take off from here. Think we can do it? Let's try it. Here we go. Everything's forward, and we're just going to watch. Oh, but I don't think I can do it from here. Let's see if this is going to work here. Okay, it should just lift off on its own at the speed because of the way I trimmed it. And rotate. Can we rotate yet? There we go. Nice. Gear coming in, flaps coming in. And autopilot engaged. And we are hands-free flying. There we go. Let's go outside super fast and see if we can see that word on the runway or on the taxiway. That is so funny. And the weather's updating. That's awesome. We can engage autopilot up and down the runway. What kind of worked? Alrighty, so we're climbing, everything's going well. What do we need to do? Bring back throttles and props in a minute so that we don't throw this thing into a fire. But I'm just enjoying the speed here. Look at that super fast climb speed. Alright, bring them back props, bring them back throttles. You have 5 minutes to do that, by the way. We're going to start on fire. There we go, start at the top. We got green, 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 green. Everything's good to go. Very good. So we're going to climb. We're already at 2,600. It says 19-minute flight, but that's going to go down very, very quickly once we level off. We'll check that in a minute too. Otherwise, that should be it, I think. What do we have for lighting? Did I do the lighting right? Yeah, I did the lighting right. Good. All right. So line lights off at 10,000. Not going to happen because we're going to cruise at 10,000. Don't have to worry about the barometer because we're going to cruise at 10,000. So only thing left to do now is just let this thing take over. Calculate our descent when the GPS tells us to. And sightseeing. So that's it. Super easy in this aircraft. We are on the way. No warnings or anything. Low flight, quick flight. We'll leave you with sightseeing, and I'll see you at top of descent. That easy. Alright, and we blew right through top of descent because I was so busy sightseeing, but that is okay. That always happens. So let's see, we're going to do our dual altitude, which I don't even know what it's going to be. So let's put this at 500 for right now until we get to look at our airport information. And let's hit one button, descend, bring back throttles so that we don't go too fast and overspeed. Well, there we go. Landing lights are still on. We're well below the speed limit. We're just going to let the computer bring us down. Now I think the VSR was over 900, right? Okay, it's coming back down 800. Good. And I slowed way down too. I brought throttles back a little too much. Otherwise, we had some good views. You could see the Mississippi just like I thought we would. So now we need to get our destination information. And where is it going to be? 0 Mike 2, which is up here. Looks like it's on some water, kind of. That's awesome. And light variable, we can land anywhere we want. And 3008, same altimeter. So it looks like the runway, if we can see it soon enough, we can just land at runway 1 and fly straight in. Now the GPS is going to aim us directly over the center, but it shouldn't be too offset. So we should be able to see the runway and look for this last body of water. And we should be able to fly straight in and not have to worry about circling to land, even though we don't know the area. So that's the plan. No altimeter to worry about. No weather to worry about. It's just going to be keeping an eye on our VSR, which is this. I'm starting to climb up now, so that means we have to adjust this. So he's getting closer to 1,000, so we make this 1,000. And then if it gets closer to 800 again, we'll change Altitude to 800. So that's how that works. Oh, I didn't get the altitude of this place. Where is it here? Lower than the lower than the departure airport, so 300 feet or so, which is fine. I'm not going to worry about the autopilot because, or this altitude, because we'll be taken over by that anyway and landing visually. So all I'm going to do is keep an eye on this, and it's getting closer to 1,000, so I'm going to keep it at 1,000. If it goes down, I'll bring our descent down, and as soon as I see a runway to land on, we'll land there together. I'm just going to keep our speed up as fast as we can. We'll drop to about 180 when we get within a couple minutes of it. So I will set you up with some more sightseeing, and I'll catch you in a moment. Alright, you can see those lakes that we saw on the map. So the runway should be straight in front of us and a little to the right. So let's check on things. Our VSR is coming down, and I slowed us down. So I'm going to bring this to 800 feet per minute because we're going to, come on, go off. There you go. Because we are going to, oh well, they must have updated. We're going to start slowing the airplane down as well, because we don't want to be coming in at 220. We want to have enough time for flaps and gear. We're only a couple minutes out. See how that's coming down because we're slowing down. Yeah, we're only 5 minutes out. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the speed here and start slowing this down gradually. Get us down to about 180 to 160 when we're like 3 minutes out or so. Alright, I have the runway in sight. You can see the beacon and the runway lights lit up, and we're about to hit this water. So let's slow down now. It won't take us long to slow down because this thing will slow down on a dime, but let's get this thing slowing down so we can get gear and flaps out by that second lake. We're going to approach about 110 between those two flags. Final approach at 100, touchdown. Well, it's supposed to be 104, but with the whole suction thing, it doesn't matter. Like I've shown you before, I could come down well above stall speed and we get sucked down anyway, so we'll just deal with it like usual. Same story, different day, right? That's not going to matter too much because we're slowing down a lot. Let's bring that up to 600 because we're going to slow down even more. Bring this down to about 160 now. See the runway out there, right off the nose. We're lined up pretty much with the runway, so there's not going to be much of a deflection. So let's keep slowing down. And we'll do flaps of gear in a moment. And we'll actually take off autopilot pretty soon too, because autopilot does not like flaps at all. Final look around, super fast. Looks awesome, but we do have a plane to land, and we all know what happens when I sightsee when we're trying to land a plane. It goes terribly wrong. There's your Mississippi we've been following the whole time, by the way, if it wasn't already obvious. Got our farms and tree lines add-on down there. That's pretty awesome. Alright, well, there's a runway up there and our lakes. So let's hop inside, fly plane, first set of flaps, gear down. Autopilot hates us, so we're going to manually do autopilot off. If I use my yoke, it doesn't work, and we don't have control of the airplane. So let's slam the throttle so that we have control, because that's some weird thing I need to do. Let's keep our speed up because we dropped way below what we wanted to do. Let's just regain control of the aircraft and pretty much fly straight in, just like I planned. It's awesome how that works out sometimes. Our previous flight worked out with a lot of drama, but this flight working out without any drama at all. So far, I should probably be careful what I say. We still haven't landed yet. And then again, even after you land, you're not done flying the plane until it's put away and the keys are out, right? Alright, let's try to maintain about a 500 foot per minute drop. I don't seem happy still, but I don't care. And I'm using the throttle to make us descend more quickly. Remember, pitch is for speed. Throttle is for descent rate. Props forward now. And I think I see the runway next to the beacon. I had it in sight, and now it's kind of... I don't really totally have it in sight now. I think it's a little offset. So let's move over to the right a little bit here and see if it pops back. I saw the lines, like the lit up runway and everything. Maybe the lights, maybe the sun came up enough now that the lights actually turned off. And now I lost it. So let's see what happens here. It was going well. What did I say? Fly it until you land it. Yeah, see, I think we were right. Why did I make changes? And let's slow this thing down and get second flaps out. We can buy us some time here. Between the haze and the lights turning off, I completely lost sight of this runway. We were lined up perfectly. Keep that speed up. Keep that speed up. We might have to go around, because I lost it. Oh, I think I see it again. Interesting. Okay, I see... Okay, we are off, because I see the runway end. I see the end of the runway. The far end, I mean, but not our end of the runway. So we're going to bring in flaps, we're going to bring in gear. Oh, there's that tree. See that tree? What? Why is it going down when I... Full steam ahead. Okay. That tree was blocking the lights, and the lights turned off. Alright, so let's go runway heading, and then we can reset. We can reset our... Oh, weather's updating. We can reset our heading bug so we know what runway heading is, which will be pretty much this. Oh, that's right, heading bug, and this is goofy as all get out. Come on. More or less like that. We can get. Okay, let's do a circuit to the left. So gears in, flaps in. We're going to do a proper go around this time, because if you remember the 727, we did a completely filthy go around. So we're just going to fly manually. Keep an eye on that heading bug. And then we'll be able to keep track where we are. So we're not going to go anywhere above. I know there's... Well, no, there's an instrument. Like I say, we should have looked up the published missed approach, but there isn't anything published in this. Man, this weather keeps updating. There aren't even any clouds. Alright, so there we are. We're doing a cross leg. Keep your speed about 180 to 160. And try to stay below 2,000 if we can. Looks like we get to see the Mississippi up close. Alright, let's do our downwind leg. For a moment, looking out the window, we can't really do the whole leg like this, though. That won't work. Especially because we're climbing now, because I was pulling back. Because I'd rather climb than sink, but then even I had speed too. Alright, so here we go. We're about ready to do our downwind leg. There we go. So if you look out the window, we should see a runway. There it is. You can see the beacon, but we know it's there. Alright, let's not climb. Let's keep slowing down a little bit here. Let's try to stay around 160 to 180, which isn't very precise, but good enough for us. It was only going to be about an 18-minute flight. That's okay. It's fun to have to practice things like this sometimes. We're going to go out to the end of that lake on the left, just so we can get some more time, because with that tree in the way, that was really quite challenging. So what had happened was I had sight of the runway perfectly fine, but then the lights turned off because it became later in the day, and as we got lower, the tree obscured the lights, and that's how I lost it. So now that I know what happened, I feel a lot more comfortable about it. So wait till we're over this lake, and then we'll make our base and then final, because I want to have a lot of time to find this runway again. But we can always have a look outside. We have enough control of the airplane that I think we can do this for a moment. Very, very nice. I love the mesh. I love the tree lines and farm add-on. And we're just floating right along. Alright, I think we can make our base leg now. So here we go. Pull it back a little bit so we don't... Well, I guess we should descend, right? Because we're almost 1,000 feet above the runway. So let's descend using the throttles going back. And then pitching up to slow us down, because we're really fast. Keep an eye on the heading bug so we know where the runway is. Let's try not to go too low here until we're ready. Alright. Should be able to see the runway off to the left. And I don't really... Oh, yes, I do. Okay, here we go. Let's ascend a little bit, because I don't see the runway. I see the beacon. I saw the beacon. Alright, so we're going to ascend a little bit. I'm using throttles to do that. We're going to make a sharp turn here so I have enough time. Alright, we're going to look for that beacon. There's the beacon. Alright, so here we go. Gear down. Slow us down a little bit. Getting that white arc for the first set of flaps. And hopefully we can spot this thing this time. So let's go a little bit to the right of that beacon, and then we can always turn left onto the runway. Alright, first set of flaps down. Well, it's floating away from me, but let's start our descent a little bit. Keep that beacon in sight. Because it's so hazy and the lights turned off, I really can't see anything again, but I have an idea now. Second set of flaps down, props forward again. Keep our speed at 120 for right now, and we'll slow down to 110 for the approach in a moment. Start descending because we're 1,000 feet above. Alright, we're having a good final approach speed, even though we're kind of far away yet, but that's okay. At least it's slow and under control. Okay, I think I see the runway this time. So we're going to go to the right because I think it's a little offset to the left. Yeah, okay. Much better. Quick look outside at the sunrise. There it is. So gears down, flaps are down, lights are the way it should be, seatbelt sign is on, etc., etc. Good approach speed. I'm really doing a good job holding this approach speed. I am surprising myself. Normally I'm up and down all over the place. 500 foot drop at approach speed. And we're all ready to turn left here for the offset. Right over all the resorts and beach houses. Wondering why a plane this big is landing here. No Pappy, that's okay. keep an eye on that speed so you don't sink. Because remember, you get sucked down on this thing. It doesn't matter the speed, I guess. I've shown you before how you can be going 140 and you still get sucked down like you've stalled. Alright, so here we go, nice and easy. So we can goose the throttles and try to circumvent the stalling, or the sinking, the suction, whatever. And we're offset. It's like there's a crosswind, but there isn't. This is weird. It feels like there's a big crosswind. Throttles to idle for right now. Flare up. And goose it so we don't get sucked down. Nope, too late. Yep, we got sucked down. That's okay. That's okay. And we're bouncing. Yeah, shoot. Reversers. Come on, reversers to 40. There we go. And there we go. Keep stopping. More reversers because we're not stopping. The brakes in this, I have normal braking is not enough in this airplane. It's like it's not even working. There we go. That's just how this thing lands. Because as you could see, we were way above stall speed. Right? Way above stall speed. And I had my yoke all the way back. And a lot of throttle engaged. And it's still sunk. Whatever. Alright, conditioners back to low idle, props back to taxi. And we'll keep the landing lights on until we get off the runway here. And the normal braking doesn't seem to work in this very much either. Not sure what's going on. I still love this plane though. Let's see. Tiny little airport with a tiny little turnaround. What was our flight time? 29 minutes. Should have been shorter, but we had some issues. Alright, another one of these taxiways that looks more like a bike trail. Alright, let's see if we can do this while we look out the window here. Taxi lights on, landing lights off. Turn on all these lights so people can start gathering their things. There you go, that worked. Good. Alright, where are we taxiing to? That little building over there. Let's go up there. What is going on with the textures on top of that building? It looks like it's snowing or there's ice crystals or something. Do you see that? What is that? It's like it's snowing just on top of the trees. That's really strange. Oh well. I'm about ready to pull this thing in and park it anyway. I guess we'll just keep the outside view. Do you see those trees? That's funny. Whoa, what a strange view I have. There we go. Alright, we'll just pull in. People are wondering what we're doing here. They're going to ask us if we're lost. But we're not lost. We have some VIPs to drop off for their vacations. So I'll show you what I mean by this braking. Look, this is you can't stop. With this is regular braking, and you can't. There you go. If you do some rudder, it stops. Set the parking brake. Alrighty, let's see where we are for shutting this thing down. Oh, lights, lights, lights. The way we want them to be. Oh yes, we can do this back to ground. And that can come off. And flaps are in. Conditional load tax lights can come off now. Fuel off. First of all, props back. Because that's the best sound in the world. Fuel off now. There we go. Turn on external power. Open up these windows. And get this open up while people are collecting their things. We can start doing some of this other crazy stuff. Boom. And should turn the avionics off first, technically, wherever you are. There you are. Good enough. Let's hop out to the door and kick it open. There we go. Hop outside. And we made it. Tennessee along the Mississippi. It's kind of funny because I actually completely forgot about the suction issue in this plane. It's been that long since I've flown it. So anyway, kind of disappointed in the landing. But we're at the mercy of the simulator and the modeling. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. If you found by accident, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please share with your friends. If you are a regular subscriber, though, thank you for your continuing support. And you, too, can become a regular subscriber by simply hitting the subscribe button. That was like 42. We have a few left, and then the series will conclude. But we're not going to rush through it. We're going to enjoy the remaining 7 flights or so. Next up, then, will be Lake 43, Texas. We're taking out the Eclipse. We got a big one, almost 300 nautical miles. I'll catch you on the next one.